Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. For today's Sunday recap, we have a little something different for you guys. I don't think we've ever done something like this before, but basically we have three of the people from the TallyLabs team joining us right now. Basically, they're going to join us for the first half hour of this show. We're going to see what they're up to over at TallyLabs. And then we are going to, for the second half hour of the show, we're going to talk about what is going on in the NFT space. So without further ado, Apewood, SAFA, and Valet Jones, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having us, Jenny. Thanks for having us, Michael. I mean, it's you guys bringing great vibes. So Sunday night, but I feel electric. I feel like my day's just started with you guys.
Let's go. Yeah. I was just saying before this that Apewood, we met at the JenkinsTheValet party like a year ago, and we kind of haven't really talked since. So it'll be nice to catch up. And then SAFA and Valet Jones, we had on the pod, I don't know, probably also like a year ago. I want to say.
I think it was close.
No, that was it a year?
Maybe it wasn't that long.
If I remember correctly, you guys were actually scheduled to come on when the controversy happened and had to push it a few weeks. So when was that? Was that a year ago already?
That was September.
September. Okay, so it was probably like October, November or something.
Yep.
Michael has the memories. Let's go.
Thanks, and if you really want to know, that party where you guys met was November 2021 in New
How
York.
do you... Right? See, you just have a better memory than me.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
That was the first NFT NYC that everybody went to.
Was it really?
Right?
Oh, I thought it was like the second. I thought it was the second one. That was not the first one. The party was the second one? Okay. That could be.
When I think about NFT NYC, I think about that first November one, though. That was, that's like the first time I feel like the whole space was meeting each other in person. Like,
that's
it was
exactly
crazy.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a lot more people at that one than the year prior. But I'm super curious to know what you guys have going on. I mean, we haven't, really heard about. I mean, I feel like we have a lot to talk about, but as far as Azurbala, because that was kind of when you guys last came on the pod, like that's the main thing you guys were talking about. And then I don't know, it just seemed like things got a bit quiet, like you guys were building behind the scenes. And, now things are happening again. So let us know kind of what has happened since you last came on the pod to now and what you guys are coming out with.
Who wants to take it? You guys want me to jump in and you can follow? Sounds great. Amazing. I think it's probably easiest if we just take it sort of like vertical by vertical. And I think if you guys are cool, we'd love to spend a lot of time talking about Azurbala because unfortunately, for those who didn't know us prior, there's a lot of folks who that was like their first experience with a TallyLabs sort of product. I don't even want to say product because it was a reveal, but like a reflection of us. And I think, you mentioned it, but we ended up having to push that podcast back with you guys because we were just in like it was I don't want to say chaos mode, but it was a really tough time for the company. It's a really tough time for the community. A lot of work had been put in. It was like a pretty anticipated release and we let a lot of people down. And so, for the, the last like 9 months, but certainly for the first, month or so following that, we were just heads down, focused on nothing but figuring out how we could course correct, that ship, analyzing where it went wrong the first time, all while trying to make sure that, the community is able to kind of stay excited and stick with us, which is a hard thing to do. You mentioned we went quiet for a while. We did. We were getting sort of some mixed feedback as well as just, we were internally trying to think about, hey, do we want to be more out there and let people know that the work is getting done, or do we want to put our heads down, do it, and then it might sting for a little while, but then come up in like a great place. And so we can definitely talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, we dove into why everything went wrong. And I think, if you fast forward to now, we're in a pretty good spot. We completely revamped the artist, brought in an amazing creative director, tapped the community to hear exactly what it is that they wanted out of the PFPs and are making it according to that, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I'll let VJ and Abe would touch on, but yeah, it was a really tough time. But I think we're finally now out of it. Obviously, there's so much work to be done to build like a successful product and world and PFP and all of that. But the art is great, and the community is really excited about it. Books are being burned. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but there's quite a few Azurboots out there, which is really exciting.
Oh, before Apewood goes, just to kind of, I guess, remind people of like, okay, wait, what are they talking about again? If you maybe remember back in, I guess, September, Azurbala, you guys came out with a reveal on what the art was going to be, and basically just faced a bunch of backlash on it. Like, people really didn't like the art. So then, so many memes and everything were kind of born out of that. Like, it was kind of just all over NFT Twitter. And then you guys acted really quickly and were like, okay, well, we don't want to just put out stuff that people don't like. Like, we're going to go back to the drawing board and, really figure out what the community wants. So that's kind of a little bit of context there. Apewood, go ahead.
I was going to pass it to VJ real quick. Sorry. We're throwing it all around the horn. Yeah. Jenny, that context was super helpful. And I think even like just to back up a step before that, before I throw it back to Apewood, who has just been like so instrumental in taking, Azurbala from where it was and that reveal that you just mentioned to what we are at today. For anybody who's listening who like doesn't even necessarily know like TallyLabs, I think what we were originally known for is creating Jenkins_the_Valet. And so Jenkins_the_Valet is a character that SAFA and I built on top of a Bored Ape, 1798, and then ultimately is what allowed us, the Jenkins Writers Room project, allowed us to really create TallyLabs, build a whole community around like character creation and building on top of the IP that we all hold with like our NFTs. Eventually, we raised a seed round from Andreessen Horowitz and a bunch of other awesome investors. And when we looked at sort of creating Azurbala and like really why we decided to build a PFP project at all to begin with was we had this awesome experience creating Jenkins_the_Valet inside of the BAYC ecosystem. We learned a whole bunch about like what it meant to be a participant within like a broader community, what it meant to build as a community member, to build alongside fellow community members. We obviously learned like a ton of amazing things, from, the early Yuga team with how to cultivate a community and stuff like that as we were participating with Jenkins. And so we felt that we had taken, a lot of those learnings and could package that up in a really exciting way for a community to come to life through Azurbala. And so that's really the story for how you get from like Jenkins_the_Valet to this world that we're now working on and this project, right, with these PFPs that are coming that we call Azurians. It's really born out of the fact that like through our experience building Jenkins, we felt that we had like this really sort of novel approach to what it means to like build community around a project. And I think, a lot of our followers from the early days and a lot of our community members knew Jenkins and knew that. But then you get that like explosion on the day of the V1 reveal, right? And I think by and large, what most people know about Azurbala is those early PFPs. And so a lot of the time that we spent over the last 6 months was just like breaking it all down and like building back from scratch with the community and with our team internally, of which Apewood has been just like, an absolutely critical piece. And so even if you heard like our silence for temporarily when you asked us the first question where you were like, what's happened since then? A lot of it, for me and SAFA is like, oh, well, like, let's have Apewood unmute because he's done so much. And so we're super excited to be joined by him tonight because there's obviously a lot that he's got to share about what we've got going on. Yeah, I think it was, we said it again, but it was a reset period. There's a saying that it's okay to go away for a period until you find yourself again. And I think with the Azurian V1 reveal, you said it extremely nicely, Jenny, like that we got bashed for it and like the art was bad. Like you said it just very nicely. So thank you. But the art wasn't good. We all know it, but we went back to the drawing board, polled the community. We built in public with what we wanted these Azurian PFPs to look like. We assembled a community council, we assembled an artist council, top artists in the space. We brought on a creative director that's worked at the top of the industry. So while we went quiet, we were still connected to the community and building alongside them. But it was also a balance of like, you just need to get things done and push this thing forward because we had missed on the first reveal. So we needed to move things forward quickly. It was a reset period, and now we're back bringing the energy with it. And we're really excited about Azurian.
Yeah, and the art also, like Michael and I talked about it on the last Sunday recap. We saw the art while we were recording. We're like, oh yeah, I think Azurbala revealed the art. And we were looking at it. We're like, these look so cool. Like they look, obviously significantly better. Like, you guys decided to go with the 2D. Like, they look awesome. So props to whoever, was kind of in charge of that. And obviously the community helps and whatnot. But yeah, I'm so excited for you guys. And, I know there's a lot of exciting things ahead. It was just a tiny bump in the road. But I know there were so many people, after that whole art controversy happened, like that were just pledging their support to you guys and really rooting for you. So to see that much love and respect, being given to you guys was like, oh, wow. Like people really, they really care about TallyLabs, Jenkins, Azurbala. It's just obviously something like this happens. It's like, okay, everyone's going to take their turns getting the jabs in for the engagement. But it was cool to see everybody's support, around you guys after that.
Yeah, totally. And you said a couple of things that actually are like have, I think, really gone into like the Azurian brand, like in this refresh. The first is, definitely like with like the support from the community. I think a realization that we had, immediately, and is something that I think is like the reason why we like keep fighting to improve it and to come back is that, and SAFA says this a lot, it's so true. As hard as it was for us as like a company and TallyLabs and like creators ourselves, like it was harder for the community, right? Like folks who believed in what we were doing and were so excited they created the blueprints for projects that would exist in this world and in this community or businesses or characters or anything. They just were participants. And then they saw that, right? And you can imagine how disappointing that is, right? Like we all felt it. And for people to feel that way and to show support and to stick with it, like, and to like show that resilience, I think like that actually probably brought out more resilience in us and like gave us like the ability to persevere really like more than anything else. And so Azurbala, this refreshed Azurbala is different than the original one in a lot of ways because of like the lessons learned and the scars that we picked up through the V1 going so badly. And yet the community like kept pushing on. And so we've worked really hard to try to capture like that energy and that ethos and package that up with the new PFPs, but beyond the PFPs, like also with what we aim to do with like the brand, as a whole.
Michael, do you want to say anything?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, first off, it's very nice to have you guys back. You're the rare second appearance on the show so far. There's only been a handful of people we've had back. It shows the respect. Wasn't the original drop was probably just about 2 years ago, right? Summer of 21?
Yeah, we started building the brand in like late May, early June of 20.
Late May, early June?
Well, and then the drop was August 4th, I think.
Okay, so coming up on 2 years, that's pretty cool. For full disclosure, I still have 3 tickets and 6 books, and you reminded me. So I wanted to ask, mechanically, when is the deadline for burning the books?
Yeah, the deadline for burning your books is July 24th.
Oh, cool. Okay.
There have been close to 8,000 books burned already. So we started.
Really?
So we started with a book supply of like, and this is rough numbers, but it was 14.8 thousand books. I'm in and around there. There have been 8,000 or so, or we're moving close to 8,000 books burned.
8,000 burned, and to burn it, did I read right? You have to. Do you burn a book for a root, or what was the 0.08? Is that to actually get the PFP with the root?
Yeah, there is no 0.08 ETH anymore. So you just burn a book and and the Azur route acts effectively as an Azurian mint pass.
It still says it on the website, I think, just as a heads up.
Is it the new Azurbala website? Azurbala.com?
Probably not. It's the JenkinsTheValet website. I pulled it up just because I was just...
Azurbala, and I think we'll step back. Azurbala and Jenkins in Writer's Room are separate ecosystems and will be separate ecosystems.
Got you. Okay. You get the route.
Mm-hmm. The route is effectively an Azurian mint pass, and that can be redeemed for an Azurian after the burn window closes. Burn window closes on July 26th. But Michael, you'll want to burn your books before this Thursday, the 29th, before Thursday 29th, to be entered into our final raffle of a 1-of-1 golden Azur route.
There's the alpha right there. I gotta bang those out. You
need to be holding an Azur route to be eligible for that. We use Chainlink BRF, and we drop the 1-of-1 Azur route to the winner. And the only thing you need to be eligible for that drop is holding Azur route. It's one Azur route equals one entry. So obviously the burn window closes July 26th, but it'd be probably best just to take that free raffle.
Got you. Can you tell us a little something about if you what is it, you stake it, and then is there still that DAO going on if you have a choice, or is burn the only option now? Because I got my info from the Jenkins website. I should have gone to the Azurbala website.
Yeah, there is no more staking for Hawthorne DAO. That was as previously announced in last summer when this was announced. Mm-hmm. And SAFA VJ feel free to jump in, but when that previously was introduced in Roadmap V2, I believe, from the Writers' Room side of things. Obviously, the regulatory landscape was in a completely different state than where it is today. The scrutiny on governance tokens necessarily as focused as it is today, and ERC-20s are now extremely under the microscope with the SEC and everything. So what we're doing with that is we're no longer doing ERC-20 tokens with staking the books. Instead, you'll be able. There's going to be the ethos of what Hawthorne was partial ownership of JenkinsTheValet, Jenkins and Eaton, and Good Boy IP. That'll be just transferred into Writers' Room NFTs. The Bored and Dangerous both can act as a tier multiplier in and of itself there. But primarily the main reason you would want to hold a book behind is if you want to claim the physical of the book. There will be a book physical down the line, and I think obviously since it's the first ever community generative book, I think that could be a cool relic item, especially from a physical standpoint. So most people that are kind of holding 1 to 2 books back primarily for the physical. And
yeah, I may do one. That's a good idea. Do you have any ballpark timeline on that?
On the physical?
Yeah.
Not right now. We're still working towards it, but I know ballpark timing.
I think we want to see how many there are first, because that would sort of dictate costs and order quantities and help us figure out the manufacturer that we end up going with.
100%. Well, so the other question I had, the NFT space, I mean, you guys know it as well as anybody. It's all about a quote unquote vibe and which projects shoot up to 5 ETH. And you guys for the longest time had that vibe, and it probably felt amazing. You guys were the ones that were shooting up, and everybody was all about it. It was such an awesome project, so much backing. Maybe talk a little bit about what that's like and what you guys are doing to try and get the vibe back and capture the attention of everybody again, if you know what I mean.
It's a question for Thread Guy, Director of Vibes.
Yeah. I mean, it's a tough question. I would say first and foremost, everyone is going through it right now.
Yeah.
There's very, very, very few projects who are defying the market. Second caveat is that the vibe is really, really important, but making decisions to financialize the NFTs and to increase the value is, we feel, a losing game. They say that the knock on NFTs is that the only utility is more NFTs. We want to figure out things that go far beyond that. And so I would say to a certain extent, we don't the goal, we're not doing a ton different. We don't feel that, obviously we had a poor art reveal. We feel that we've gotten back to that with the really awesome art, but ultimately, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep watching the market. We're going to keep looking at trends, trying to anticipate the trends, trying to start new ones, trying to find our own lane, continuing to galvanize people and ultimately like playing the game. And what we mean by the game is like appealing to, you know, our folks. So I know that's probably not like the most direct answer, but I mean, I think we spend like most of our time thinking about how we can get the vibe and how we can deliver to our holders and make it like an awesome community to be a part of.
Yep. SAFA said one thing there, Michael, that is really key. And it's owning a known lane. Like where I just I'm leaning into like who we are as people, and sticking within our zone of genius, because I think that who we are as people has almost forming in the Azurian community as well. Like SAFA, VJ, myself, we're all former athletes. We love that kind of like great grind, resilience type of mindset. And that's kind of transferred into what it's meant to be Azurian. And galvanizing a community around an idea, I think, is a lot of galvanizing a community around a theme is really key. And then doing really cool experiences, activations, activities, and resonating those activities and activations around a central theme that you can understand and organize around, I think is the real key. And then we can own we don't want to do things the same way that other projects have done them. We want to stand out and do something different, which is what I think is probably what we're most excited about.
Nice. I like that. I'm in the process of burning my books right now. I went to the website. I'm going to do 5 of my 6, and I am going to keep one to eventually get a physical for the collection. I think that'll be very nice. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Cool.
Physical collectible.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see you guys still working really hard, and you have an idea, and it's going to do really, I mean, you guys, like, your work longer than 99.9% of people in the space. We're going to go over a thread later today of all these celebrities that just abandon their projects. They go to zero. Nobody cares. And that could have happened here at some point, but it's now 2 years and still doing awesome stuff. So I think that's really, really cool. Really cool.
Thank you for saying that. I think the thing that Azurians, and when I say Azurians, I mean like our community and Writers Remembers and the team at TallyLabs and you all and the rest of the people that are still here have in common is that we have a ton of perseverance. And we're not going away. Our community is not going away. And we're going to bring Azurbala, you know, as best we possibly can to, you know, match that energy that all the people that are like sticking through, I don't even know how to describe it, right? Like just confusing, stressful, bear market, like who knows what kind of times this are, but people are still here, and that's really inspiring. And we definitely get a ton of energy from that, and just want to like put it right back into the space.
Beautiful. Now you guys have a company, you have IP, a decent amount of IP, and people that will let you use their IP. Like it's all really cool stuff. I appreciate that.
I feel like I said this last time, but SAFA and Valet Jones sounds so similar to me. Like if I were the listener, I'd be like, I don't know who's talking right now. But anyway,
they're childhood best friends.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they said that last time. Yep, that'll do it.
Especially because we can't see them, so it's like really like.
I know.
I actually I use some custom software to make my voice sound like SAFA. So that's what it is. In real life, it's different.
Wow.
Okay. Well, we'll see. This is my last question. Are there any events happening in the future? Any plans for events?
Definitely plans for events for sure. I think, you know, to Apewood's point, when we talk about being different and finding our lane, you know, we've just in observing the space, like those are the events that stick out, the ones that feel really unique and really organic to that specific community. I mean, if you look what like Azuki's doing in Vegas right now, like it looks awesome, right? And so we have a ton of ideas. We have a ton of ways that we would like to bring, you know, AAF, which is there cursing a lot on the show or no?
Yeah.
Azurian as fuck. Like bring that to life and that really like embody, like you'll see us tweet about it all the time. The community's tweeting about it. It really embodies like what we've gone through and what the Azurian identity is. We have some really fun ways that we want to bring that to life, like with events and bringing people together and stuff like that. So definitely yes. No like firm dates yet, but we have some really fun ideas. We definitely need to like get the PFPs out there. show the community that we can keep delivering, continue bringing everyone together. So I think we have a little ways to go before that, but like we're definitely ready.
All right. Sweet. That's exciting. Michael, do you have anything you want to say? Any last minute questions?
No, I think I did ask all my questions, but I also did burn 5 of them. It's super simple. And
wow.
For 5 of them, I only paid $5.50 in gas. So I appreciate that. And nice. Yeah, man, I'm on for the ride. I've been from the very beginning and still riding strong. So appreciate you guys coming on. Probably won't be the last time. And best of luck with everything as it moves forward.
Michael, what'd you get on your routes?
Let's see. Well, I haven't gone. I got to probably go back to OpenSea, right?
Imagine he live pulls a 1-of-1.
Let's go.
That would be crazy.
That would be good. Let's see here.
Don't get his hopes up too much.
Now that I know oh man, let's see.
They're all good. They're all great.
Oh yeah. Looks like they're all the same. Like the blue like the kind of electric blue bottom, right? Or
all brown roots.
Yeah, they're brown roots. Yeah.
All origins.
Origins.
They're all going to be as SAFA.
Gotcha.
That in French is it arenas.
I got me all excited. How many tiers are there? I can look and see myself.
There's 3, but all of them are going to be all of them are going to be aesthetic. All of them are going to look really, really good. Most of the ones that you've seen that we talked about from the beginning, the art that we revealed, are going to be revealed with the origin roots.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, I see the Apex. There's 6 1-of-1 so far, and the origins are most of them. Cool. Love it.
Maybe that'll be your
lucky.
Next...
I could have got one. I could have got one Apex, but
maybe that'll be your next PSP.
Now do I have to burn the next one just to see?
Michael actually sold his ape that we still use as our podcast cover
like a month ago.
Which is fine. Honestly, no one's complaining. Like, I don't really care, but it's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
So
that ape that I did sell is on the poster that was made that you guys did. Remember that poster that was hand drawn? I forget the gentleman's name that did it.
Was it the Where's Jenkins?
Yes. Yep. Where's Jenkins? The ape is on there. My former ape. Thanks, Jenny.
Throwing me under the bus. To remind you.
Yeah.
I'm your sale, but
well, it's not so bad when it dipped down to like 35 this week. I was like,
really?
Yeah, it went really low and then came back up a little bit, but I think it's still under 40.
Okay, so then you felt better about your...
Yeah, a little. I was like, all right, well, at least I don't want it to go down, but like at least
you didn't sell the absolute.
I don't have to have the stress of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
No doubt.
Okay. Well, Apewood, SAFA, Valet Jones, thank you guys so much for joining us on the show. We appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna segue over to our next segment of this and talk about what has been happening in the NFT space this week.
So much for having us on. Yeah, great to catch up. Always appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Happy to be the customer support for Michael burning his books live on the show. Hey, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Very cool. Very cool.
Sweet. Shall we?
Yeah, let's break into the news. You went to Bonnaroo. You want to talk about Bonnaroo at all, or no?
I mean,
because you did go on there since that was pretty epic.
Bonnaroo. Yeah, it was amazing. Honestly, it rekindled my love for like festivals and raves. Like I was like, oh man, I need to go to more of these. Like my sister and I are already figuring out what we want to go to next. But
Burning Man sounds like the one.
Oh my God, yeah, Richard
everybody says it. I know.
In August, that's too soon though. Like I don't know.
It's in August. Oh yeah, it's too soon. I don't know. For me. I might try next year. August isn't horrible because it's summertime.
Yeah. We're thinking, we're thinking of going to Imagine, I think it's called. I forget what else. We have a couple that we're like thinking about, but
for the end of the summer.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, there's a lot happening in the summer, so that's kind of nice.
Right.
Yeah, in like September, basically.
All right.
But,
Yep. Nah, that did look like a lot of fun. We talked about it some. Yeah, you don't have to get into too many details.
This is an NFT podcast after all.
Right. Yeah. But speaking of Richard, let's switch into NFTs. I made my first kind of big purchase in a while.
Really? What did you... Wait, speaking of Richard, hold on.
Yeah, because Richard made a recommendation.
You bought a Nakamigos, didn't you?
I bought 10 Nakamigos.
What? 10?
Yeah, I told you. Last time I told you if I buy something, I'm going to buy something to try and hopefully.
Jeez.
So here's my thought on it. I mean,
okay,
Richard, and without even thinking about it, called it the most underrated NFT project. I asked him what the most underrated project is. He was like, Nakamigos.
It could have just been on the top of his mind. Like
I don't know. But then we were asking him about the owner, and he got this big smirk, and he's like, "We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that." I know
he was getting weird when
he knew.
I was like, "What? Why is he
knows?
Why is he like
to say
saying
it's the most
stuff
I guarantee he knows, and it's somebody that we'll all be like, sweet.
But you think that they're gonna say though, like who it is?
Well, on their website, then that says, like, if you go to their website, let me see if I can find it.
It says that they're gonna reveal who the founder is.
No, but it says like the next step is coming in. I don't see where I found it. Like the next step is this fall, so something's gonna happen this fall. So basically, I bought them at about $0.25 ETH each. And I feel like,
wow,
even if it's not like the greatest project ever in a long time, whatever, I still feel like there will be another bump at some point. There's going to be a rumor that comes out who the owner is. It'll bump it or whatever they do. And I figure, like, I think it can get to 0.5 relatively easily. And that would be a double up if it does.
Right.
So, like,
would you sell it at 0.5?
I'd probably sell. Depending on what it felt like, I'd probably sell one or two, and like try and ride it up. But with Blair, it makes it so easy. You buy 10 in the snap of a finger, you can sell 10 in the snap of a finger, which isn't like what it was, way back in 2021 when we were on OpenSea doing one at a time. If you're like me and you bought 80 slippery bananas or whatever that project was, it was horrible. And I had to sit there trying to sell them one at a time, and it was like a nightmare. But now you can just sell everything, buy everything. So like, I'm excited. I'm not gonna do anything until the fall and see what they're gonna try and announce probably. But
okay,
it keeps going. Like it's down 10% over the last day because I keep watching it, and it was like 0.25 and then up to like 0.28 and 0.2, and it keeps holding at 0.25. So that's about where I bought them at. I think my average was like 0.27 because I did 10 of them. Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm excited for you. That you're back to your flipping ways a little bit.
A little bit. And I've been traumatized. I don't even want to talk. I was looking at JenkinsTheValet. I paid over an ETH for 2 of those. I'm like,
I'm glad you didn't bring that up.
I know. I don't want to be
yes, I paid over an ETH for mine.
Yeah. A lot of people did, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Nakamigos also has 35,000 ETH in the volume. And actually, I guess I don't know how much of that they're actually getting their 5% on, but that would be $4 million if they got all the royalties. So like, they got some money too, whoever they are.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like, I know there's rumors about it having something to do with Yuga or something to do with the Larva Labs guys. I don't know. That probably won't be what it is. But remember, Beeple said that he would make Series 2 if it got to 1 ETH. Beeple said that. So like,
but he also like, he just like does things that are trending.
Weird stuff, and he explained it. I know he does, but he said that he would do Series 2.
What does Series 2 mean?
Like
Series 2 of the Naughty. I see. Oh, okay. It got
up to like 0.9, and somehow it didn't make it there. So like that could resurface. Like why would he make a commitment like that? Like he could make a piece of art about it if it was trending, but to actually make that kind of commitment, like I think he knows who owns it. I think he knows who owns it too.
Probably. We'll get to the bottom of this. Okay, here's what you do.
Oh, you know who it is?
You get everybody drunk, and then you start asking around. That's the question. That's how you do it. Then they start, it's that one person. They're the founder. And you're like, got him.
What if it's Garga, the guy Gordon, who stepped away from Bored Apes? Imagine it was him.
But I feel like Nakamigos came out a while ago. Like,
not really. When did it come out?
I don't know. I feel like it's been a while. Maybe it hasn't.
Mm-hmm.
My timelines are always off. So
March. It's been 3 months. It feels like a year.
Are you kidding? That's crazy.
3 months. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, you said something very interesting, piqued my interest. During the first half of this, you were like, oh yeah, and then we're gonna get into a thread about all the celebrities that rugged, and I was like, we are?
You want to see it?
Yeah, I want to know.
All right, let's see what's up.
Hear this.
What's up. So on Twitter today, this person named Ryle NFTs at Ryle RILE, who I hadn't come across, but somebody shared it, put out a thread that I thought was funny and interesting. Celebrities that ruined Web3 forever. This is his opinion, literally. But are these the worst crypto scammers ever? First one, he's got Lana Rhoades. Adult film star Lana Rhoades launched her project CryptoSys. She promoted a lot of utility, but never delivered on any of them. She raked in $1.5 million. She promised free money on her Instagram. Her number one goal for this project is to increase the value and make it a lucrative investment for holders that they can sell more than they paid for mint. Like, that's like illegal as can be.
That's like textbook what not to say.
That's like literally.
Oh, yeah, I promise to make you money.
I know. Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, my God. She left the project because of negative comments made her sad. Jake Paul, he promoted many rug pulls and stole at least $2.2 million. The guy said stole. That's his word. Allegedly, he made, whatever it is. His most notorious scams involved Anna Moon, Apes in Space, Safe Moon, and MILF Token. And of
I
course,
never heard of those.
And I heard of MILF Token.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we heard of that.
I'm a big holder. And of course, Dick Dick's NFT, his own rugged NFT collection, which I also never heard of. Yeah, it sounds awesome. I never heard of that one either. Yeah, it sounds really good. Logan Paul, his brother, is most famous for his crypto zoo. We went over that before. There was a thread about that.
When CoffeeZilla made the whole YouTube video exposing.
Yep. It was marketed as a really fun game that makes you money. The art consisted of edited Adobe images and was all a huge mess. A terrible flop and got him into a lawsuit. He also promoted a meme coin called Dink Doink. And then the guy says ... which went well dead. Do you know Aiden Ross's?
Yeah, I've never seen his stuff, but I know he's a popular Twitch streamer.
Yeah, why does he look like Fred guy? He's got the same haircut as Fred guy.
That's trending amongst the younger generation these days.
Do I need that? Should I start to... Yeah.
But you have to kind of have that curly hair, like that's the style with it. I don't know.
So this guy, Aiden Ross, promoted MILF Token, I guess, as well, and later shamelessly admitted it was a scam. There's some kind of video here about him talking about it, but I'm not going to play the video right now. Tekashi69 partnered up with a project called Trolls and never delivered on promises. He quickly abandoned it and it went to zero.
Of course.
But this wasn't enough for him, though. I'm reading from the thread here. Later, he went on to make his own NFT collection called Gene, Gine, which you can't even sell right now. And then there's a video of him making an apology.
Oh.
Kim Kardashian promoted a scam coin called Ethereum Max. It shows her Instagram.
I remember that.
She got fined for that.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
They went after her. She says, this is not financial advice, but sharing what my friends just told me about Ethereum Max. A few minutes ago, Ethereum Max burned 400 trillion tokens. Their admin while giving back to the entire Emacs community. Hashtag disrupt history. Hashtag Ethereum Max. Yep, she got fined $2 million. I think she got fined. They promised an NFT marketplace VIP experience. They didn't do anything. Lindsay Lohan promoted a project called Canine Cartel.
Never heard of it.
She deleted her promotions, abandoned that project, went to zero. And a lot of people, when they say promoted, like they just have people that come to them and there'll be groups of people making NFT projects. Hey, can you put your name behind this? We'll give you X amount of dollars.
Or can you tweet about this? We'll give you this
Right,
much.
Exactly. And that's probably normal business for a lot of these people.
Oh, money? I'll do it.
Right. It's, and if it's a makeup brand or a new magazine, nobody gets mad.
Well, yeah, because it's like if it's a makeup brand, then I will actually be able to get the physical makeup, like that's like actual makeup versus like an NFT, like okay, and then you can get rugs or it could be just a complete scam, and I don't know, it's hard to scam a physical product, I guess. I mean, I guess you can mislead people with like, oh, this is supposed to do this.
Oh, remember that lady that had that pink condiment or whatever? Do you remember that?
Wait, what? I have no idea what you're talking about. Pink what? Condom?
Yeah, the pink sauce. What is the pink sauce controversy on TikTok? This lady made this pink sauce.
I'm not on TikTok. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah. This is a while ago.
Condiment or whatever?
Yeah.
I thought you said condom. I was like,
no.
I'm so confused.
You're like, why is he talking about that? Yeah, back up. Okay. No, that's why, because there was like a product that got scammed. Let's go back to Riles. Let's go back to Riles' tweet.
Okay, now we're on number 8. There's 11
number 8
of these celebrities.
John Wall, the NBA player, created a Baby Ballers NFT.
Now, I do remember that.
Just 7 days after admitting that he doesn't know what an NFT is.
Of course.
Right. Wall stole the art. He didn't steal the art. Whoever put it together stole the art. It says Baby Boss. They mean Boss Baby and Fortnite. They decided to charge 0.15 ETH for it. Floyd Mayweather was one of the worst. He kept putting out projects.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I knew a guy from Clubhouse who was promoting one of his projects and actually working with Floyd and doing the promotion for it. And it was ugly and a scam from the very beginning. Yeah. And like the guy who I know was like squeezing every bit of money out of the people. Like they did this weird mechanism to buy it where like you would put the price you want to pay, and then the highest, like 8,000 people would get it was like he like really tried to milk it, and they did milk it. So he promoted Bored Bad Bunny. He had 3 of his own collections. So one of those must have been at this guy I know, and it was horrible. He claimed "You will never lose" in his video, the video they show there. But you did, because those NFTs are worthless now. But he made well over $5 million. So good for him. Kevin Hart, I remember this one. Remember Kevin Hart? Like one day he tweets.
I don't remember Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart. So he tweeted, "I'm really digging this Web3 stuff. I'm gonna really, dive headfirst into it." And someone tweeted, "When's the project coming?" And like 4 days later, he put out a project, and it was 10,000 pieces. He's got like 10 million followers on Instagram, maybe even more, and like all this stuff. And it only sold like 1,000 out of the 10,000 or something.
Oh, people were finally catching on. He must have been late to the celebrity.
Yeah, he was late to it. Right. If he wasn't, that would have been.
Everyone started realizing.
Yeah. But like it was embarrassing how few sold. Lil Uzi Vert, he launched a collection called Eternal Beings. He later abandoned it, deleted all his promotions, making the NFTs go to zero. I thank you for reading, blah, blah, blah. Ryle, thank you for the fun tweet.
Wow.
Ryle NFTs.
Yeah, shout out to Ryle.
Follow. Yeah, no doubt.
I gotta follow them. That was a good thread.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun to go down memory lane with some of the what were some remember this one was free, but what was or was it free? It was free. Josh Hart's fuck rug pulls.
God. Fuck cash grabs.
Fuck cash grabs. Yeah, I still have it.
I do too, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, what else was? Let me try and think about. Well, I mean, there was Ozzy Osbourne, the crypto bats.
We should make a list of like our like top 20 worst NFT projects or something. That'd be funny.
Speaking of worst NFT projects, Pixelmon is still like half an ETH,
Is it really?
Yeah. Believe it or not,
people
really
still
is.
buying Kevin?
I don't think it's about Kevin. I don't know. I think like that company
did they turn things around or something?
I mean, there were $78 million. They better have figured something,
Right.
I don't think they turned things around, but I think like
0.57. That's crazy. What's happening?
Right?
Dude, very interesting.
Yeah, someone will DM me like, "Can't believe you don't know what's happening with Pixelmon." Yeah, that's like what a cool cat is. Is the same as Pixelmon. That's a damn shame. You know what I mean? Right?
Mm-hmm. Sad.
What's Doodles at? You don't want to look at Doodles.
I mean, whatever. I'm numb at this point. It's fine.
Yeah, you're not right.
1.7 2.
It's up a little bit. It's up a little bit because it was a 1.6. It is. It's up a little bit. It's up.
Okay.
It's up. Maybe if I make a bunch of money on Nakamigos, I'll finally buy a doodle.
Hey, that's a promise.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yep.
Yeah, if you make a bunch of money, you should.
Yeah, if I make a bunch. If it 10x's.
10?
No,
What if 5x's? What is
if
it?
it's 5x, so
4x?
5x will bring it to like 1.25. That'd be pretty nice.
What is it?
Yes.
3x.
If it's 3x, that would be 0.75 each. I'd have 10 of them, 7.5 each. Yeah, I would do a doodle. If it,
Okay.
What's that, 3x? If I sell them all for 0.75, I'll buy a doodle.
What is it? 2x.
Then I'll have to consider. Because that's just making money.
Okay. Okay.
I don't want to give all the profits
3x,
back
alright.
like that. Yeah.
Fair.
3x is doodle territory. Free doodle.
Alright.
That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. What else we got going on? The Ape Queen Dow elections.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, 2 of our former guests are
They advanced
running
to the next round.
They advanced. It's not going amazing in the next round so far. So the end date is the 28th at 9 p.m. We're recording on June 25th in the evening right now. So there's just under 3 more days to go. And so for the special counsel, which is a $250,000 a year job, which is, that's nice. Yeah. Is Captain Trippy, who I know of him. We follow each other. I've known him the whole time in the space, but I've never really interacted with him. Is leading with 1.9 million at 37.06% of the vote. Wabam, there's going to be 2 people to win. The top 2 get the job. Wabam, who I haven't known until recently, who I've heard in the different spaces. 1.3 million at 25.5%. Karma Pockets in 3rd place at 1.1 million. And Swicky is in 4th place with 692,000 votes at 13.58%. So that's where we are now.
And Thread Guy's in 5th place.
Thread Guy's in 5th place.
108K.
Yeah, with only 2.13% of the vote. He's not, I thought he was going to do well, but.
Well, yeah, he did really well for the first round of it. I think he got, second? I'm wondering, because basically before you could, let's say you had 10,000 ApeCoin. I could be like, oh, I'm going to give 5,000 to Swicky. I'm going to give 4,000. So, but now you can only put all of your ApeCoin towards one person. So, so I guess, yeah, I'm interested to see if people are kind of holding out, waiting a bit till the end, or,
Yeah, I think there's some big players. I think there's some big players that have a load of it that are have still yet to vote.
Yeah.
And what else is I don't even think I'm gonna vote because I have it staked, so I'd have to unstake it, pay money to unstake it, and I don't know if I need to. I only have 2,500 of them or something.
I tried to vote for Swicky. I swapped some ETH for ApeCoin. And then it was like, oh, you didn't make the snapshot or whatever. You can't vote. I was So, but hey, now I have some ApeCoin.
Right.
I have like 50
and you
ApeCoin.
bought it low. You bought it low. So that's good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 2 something, right? That's low.
I don't even know. I swapped 0.07 and got, how much ApeCoin did I get? And I got 59 Ape. So
let's see. Yeah, I think that's about right. I think it's 2 something. ApeCoin price 231.
Oh, I have some news.
Okay.
To contribute to this.
Nice.
At Evaluate, we actually, I guess this is slight alpha because this is what we're publicly launching on Monday, but basically offline trading on Flow. So right now you can live trade. So I can live swap some of my Flow NFTs for other people's Flow NFTs, but you can only do it in a live trading lobby. Well, now, starting Monday, you're going to be able to basically send offers to people. So you can look through their collection and be like, oh, hey, do you want to trade this for this? And then send them an offer and then have it expire whenever you want. And then they can go in and sign to accept or, decide they don't want to do it.
Oh, wow.
And then also, the chats are also going to be permanent. So it's kind of almost like we have a bit of a friend, you can like kind of curate your friends list and like have messages just, with people that are actually going to stay on the site versus before your chat history would go away as soon as you exited a lobby. So
no, that's cool.
Kind of exciting stuff happening. You guys.
No, I love that. I love like all that stuff you guys are doing with Flow is really going to pay off at some point because that's really cool infrastructure.
Yeah,
there's gonna be another time for there's gonna be another time for Top Shot and NFL all day. Like that stuff will have its
maybe not
have its time again.
Yeah. But I think but I think Flow is there's a future with Flow. I think I don't know about the individual projects. I mean, obviously I have a big bag in Top Shot, so I'm hoping. But I've been holding Top Shot moments for like almost 3 years now. So, I'm realistic with it too.
Yeah, I know. It's like a 10-year, 20-year thing.
All right, whatever. I'll wait 10 years, I guess.
Hopefully it does its thing again. There's actually a second election going on for the Ape coin as well.
Oh, that's right.
The group stewards, yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy who's running away with it, All City, I'm actually friends with him. I've known him since the beginning on Clubhouse as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He dropped a project a while back, and I helped him with that a little bit, like when we were doing the stuff with NFT Catcher, sending out the emails. So yeah, but he's running away with it. He's got 1.8 million votes, and second in line is Tiger is Fine. With,
I know her.
500,000. Yes, I didn't know her until recently, but I've seen her coming up on the timeline.
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah.
Exciting. So how many of the is it just one of them win
There's
or two of them?
Two of those as well.
Oh, okay.
And that's $100,000 a year job. You're getting $9,000 in Ape coin a month.
Solid.
I know, really. Like solid as hell. It's nice.
Yeah, definitely. Whoever wins these, like this is gonna be their full-time job. I would imagine. Like I would imagine whatever they have.
Swicky was looking for that's $250,000 a year. Like
let's go.
I know they do well. Like that's that's who I would vote for sure. That's who I would vote for sure. Yep.
Yeah, she's a long-time friend of mine in the space. Definitely, I would vote for her if I could. I guess I could have if I would have swapped my ETH earlier, but...
Oh, so I probably can't even vote if I wanted to because I wasn't part of the snapshot, even though I have the ape, but it's staked. It's not in my wallet.
Oh, yeah, probably not because you have to have the ape in your wallet or whatever.
So I can't even vote. Yeah. Right. I'm not too worried about it. What else? The Azuki party in Vegas looked kind of fun.
Oh, I've been seeing videos popping up. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Apparently, they rented out all of Hakkasan, which is a really popular club in Vegas, on a Friday night like that. Do you know how much money that takes to rent out a popular nightclub in Vegas? And it was open bar for the people. So, they really went all in.
It's pretty epic. Yeah, those aren't cheap drinks in Vegas,
Yeah, they went all out for their holders, which is amazing to see. Like, and obviously they're doing really well even in the bear. I think what is the floor like 17
so, Yeah. So, no, you can't argue.
I'm sure they're ranking in the royalties, know, and putting a bunch towards the party. But yeah, I'm excited for everyone who went. It's cool seeing the content, the videos about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have a new collection coming this week. Elementals or something like that. They announced it here. I think the pre-sales in a couple days. I haven't been able to find a price or too much information on it. I don't know if general public's gonna have a shot, but I know I think all the holders got one at the event, and they can't sell them yet. They won't sell them.
They're soul-bound, right?
No,
somebody said they got soul-bound.
They did. They got a soul-bound recognition of the event to their wallet.
Kind of like a POAP in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. But it's right. And then there's also this other thing that's going to be like the new collection.
Interesting.
And then there's going to be a pre-sale that the holders have access to if they want to buy extra. And then I guess general public, but you know how that'll go.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Should we invite Zagabond on the pod?
Yes.
Actually, we had invited him. Like, I'm looking at my message history back in May of 2022. So literally a year ago. And that was at the height of the controversy. I remember. You were like,
yeah, I invited him to let's get him. I know. I know.
So yeah,
we should get Zagabond on this.
It's about time. To follow up. I don't think it will come on, but I'll follow up about it.
Then we'll railroad him with a bunch of questions about the controversy.
Why did you pretend to be a girl? Oh yeah, wait, no, if you're listening, we won't do.
No, I'm only joking. I'm only.
I mean, first of all, I can't see you being super confrontational, and although I mean, I can and I can't. Like, I can definitely see you throwing in some jabs here and there, but I can't see you just flat out being like.
Right, I won't be a jerk about it. I can make some jokes or whatever, but
right.
Yep. I try to ask the tough questions, but I try to be very nice about it. Yeah, that was the news stories I had this week.
Okay, well, there we go.
Yeah, disappointed about those Fuosha shoes. I wanted to buy those sneakers. That's a nasty situation we started talking about at the end of last week.
Oh yeah, we talked about it off the recording, but basically, so Fuosha, to keep you guys in the loop in case you didn't know, had announced that they were doing a collaboration with Adidas, which everyone was all excited for them, whatever. And it was supposed to come out soon, right? I think it was supposed to come out soon. Anyway,
the pre-sale would have been today. I would have claimed mine today.
Right, would have been today. Yeah. But basically, their ex-girlfriend basically tweeted out a bunch of stuff about like them being like abusive and everything, and they had like text history proof and everything. So, there was just, so basically from all that, Adidas decided to push back to who knows when, or maybe they'll even cancel it. We don't know. But they decided to push back that collab. And Fuosha ended up just kind of tweeting out like a chat GPT reply of like, I don't want to like talk about this during this time, even though everyone's like, if there's some allegations against you that you say are false, then you probably should, defend yourself. But so it was kind of telling of them to not.
You'd be screaming from the rooftops, right?
Yeah. So it was kind of like telling that they didn't defend themselves and decided to just, leave. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. And I know you wanted those shoes.
I know. Damn. Held that paint for all that time.
And then their art obviously started plummeting in price because people started flooring their stuff. So that was the latest drama.
Pretty wild. Should we run down the collection rankings?
Yeah, let's do it.
And then we'll cool. So NFT collection rankings by sales volume over the last 7 days. Number 1, Bored Ape Yacht Club. Not super surprised. Number 2 is uncategorized ordinals again. So Bitcoin. Sure. Yep. So it's just all the ordinals collections, I think, are in there at the $10 million in volume. Azuki's number 3. The Mutants are number 4. Gods Unchained on Immutable X is number 5. You still play?
No, I haven't played much since I moved to where I live now. I haven't played.
It's obviously doing really well. I mean, they have 4,000 buyers, 3,800 sellers, 70,000 transactions. That's a lot going on. Number 6 is that D Market on the Mythos chain, which I totally forgot to look up what it was, but that was on your last time, if you remember.
Okay.
Yep. And then another set of Bitcoin NFTs, the BRC20s are number 7. Captains is number 8 from the 9 gag or whatever they're called, Meanland. So Rare, number 9. And Beans from Mizuki is number 10. I bet that new collection, the next time we do this, if it's, well, I don't know if it'll come out in time, but that new Mizuki collection will be, that'll be very popular.
Yeah.
That'll be very popular.
Will you snag one?
Depends on the price. Like I'll mint one if I have a chance to. Today with Zagabond, can I have a whitelist? I've talked so nicely about you over the last.
Speaking of them, I just followed up.
Oh, cool.
So we'll see what happens. Probably nothing, but
Zagabon, can we get some whitelist spots?
Yeah, Michael says I'm your favorite, so that should count for something.
Yeah, no, I mean, how many times have we said that Azuki's our favorite project? We deserve
so many times.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, well, I guess that's all we got for this week, folks. Thank you for tuning in to this. This is a little bit of a different episode. But yeah, it was cool. Very exciting.
Yep. Awesome.
And yeah, we'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher Podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.